5.5 part 3. It's about trigonometric equations and the zero product property. So it says, recall that the zero product property is if A times B is equal to 0, then either A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. So if you have two or more things being multiplied together, you're going to set them each individually equal to 0 and solve. So for example 1 here, it says find all solutions in the interval from 0 to 2 pi of this equation. Alright, so we've got two things here being multiplied, set equal to 0. So we can set them each equal to 0 and solve. Alright, so I'm going to solve this first one. So we get 2 sine of x is equal to the positive square root of 2. And then we're going to get sine by itself, so divide by 2. And so sine of x is equal to square root of 2 over 2. And for the second one here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to solve for tangent though, so we're going to subtract the 2. So 7 times tangent of x equals negative 2. Divide by 7. And so we got tangent of x is equal to negative 2 over 7. Alright, so let's do like what we did before. So we're going to look at the first one. Sine of x is equal to the square root of 2 over 2. Sine is positive in quadrants 1 and 2. So we're just going to be x equals, because that's what we have for our angle there in x. Sine, remember, is your y value. So where in quadrant 1 is the y equal to the square root of 2 over 2? And that's going to be pi over 4. I see, and we're restricted from 0 to 2 pi, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And then in quadrant 2, where is y equal to the square root of 2 over 2? And that would be at 3 pi over 4. And so there's two of our solutions. Now if you're unsure on do I put plus 2 pi in or do I not, guys, if you put plus 2 pi in and you set up your table, it's going to give you the answers there, okay? Alright, so tangent of x is equal to the negative 2/7. So tangent is negative. Remember, that's in quadrants 2 and quadrant 4. Now, in order to find tangent of x is equal to negative 2/7, negative 2/7 is not going to be on our unit circle. We don't have anything that has a 7 in it on there. So no matter what y over x we use, we're not going to get a 7 involved in it. So we're going to have to use inverse functions. So we know our angle is x, so we know that x is equal to the inverse tangent of negative 2 over 7. So when we do this, then we're going to end up with negative 0.2783 approximately, okay, using our calculator. Now, how is that going to help me find that angle 4? And actually, is negative 0.2783 a negative angle? Is that actually going to be in quadrant 2? It's not. So what it comes out to be actually first, before we go on to quadrant 4, is this is helping us find a reference angle. So here our reference angle is the positive of that, because remember, the negative just means we're going clockwise that far, okay? So our reference angle is 0.2783. So if I'm looking for that quadrant 2 angle over here, remember that means this angle here is 0.2783. So to find our angle, we're going to take pi minus the reference angle. And that gives us approximately 2.8633, which is in quadrant 2. So let's see, we've got these two. Now we just found this one. And now in quadrant 4. Now remember, if our angle's over here in quadrant 4, here's our angle that we're after, but we know that reference angle. So to find that quadrant 4 angle, we're going to take 2 pi minus that reference angle, the 0.2783, and that's going to give us approximately 6.0049. And so there's our other angle.